Hey everyone, today's video is going to be all about Maybelline's newest releases. Right off the bat, I do just want to say this video is not sponsored. I just received a big tray of makeup in the mail and thought why not show you guys each and everything that they are releasing, so that if you guys wanted to check them out you can, and I have an opinion on each and every one of them to some degree. I've tried to use everything today. The only thing I didn't use was a concealer and then the lip products, because obviously I couldn't wear like 16 lip colours. The main reason why I wanted to make this video though is because if you guys didn't know, Maybelline has changed their age-old slogan, which you could ask anybody in the world that's like 5 years old or like 90 years old and they could tell you that maybe it's Maybelline, you know, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. Like, everybody knows that. They have changed their slogan to make it happen, and to celebrate they sent a bunch of bloggers and vloggers this awesome diary, and I was ever so lucky enough to be featured in it. I have two beauty tip quotes in here, so I will read those out to you guys now. This is my first quote here. It says, "If you're running late and don't have time for makeup, just do your brows mascara. This will draw attention to your eyes and away from any of your imperfections." Not that you have any, of course. And this is my second and favourite tip. It is, cotton tips are your best friend. Use them when you make a mistake with your mascara or on your waterline before eyeliner, and even to blend out your eyeshadow. But yeah, that is the new slogan for Maybelline. It's make it happen. It's all about empowering women. Please let me know what you guys think of the new slogan. I think it's really, really cool, because maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline wasn't the greatest message. Like, it's iconic, but wasn't sending the greatest message, whereas this one is all about empowering women. And you know, this is everyone's year to make it happen. This is my year to make it happen. So I am going to go and let you guys watch the video. If you want to see all of Maybelline's new releases and how I use them to create this look, then please keep on watching. So now that my hair is tied back, even though it looks a little bit munted, don't worry about it, I am going to get into the makeup application. So they brought out a new range of foundations, or a reformulated range, and it is the Superstay 24-Hour Foundation. Now, I really liked this. It was just far too dark for me. I think the lighter shade used to be Ivory, but now there are 2 shades lighter. I don't know how many shades there are in total, but I will try and find it and write it somewhere for you guys, but it does go from very light to probably like a medium to dark skin tone. But I have 2 here. They sent me 2 foundations. I got 03 True Ivory, which is probably my like natural skin tone, and then I got 10 Ivory, which is probably more of like my lightly fake tanned skin tone, if that makes sense. So when I wear like a regular fake tan, I would wear this. They sent 2, and I'm really glad they sent me these 2, because I can mix them, because this might be a little bit light. So this has been reformulated. I can't see any mention of SPF. I can't remember whether the other one had SPF or not, but if you guys want to see me do a wear test on this, or like a full review, please let me know. Just broke the seal, so satisfying. It has a pump, which is great. All of the Maybelline, oh no, actually all of them, quite a lot of the Maybelline foundations I do have pumps in New Zealand. Let's see how this goes. I have high hopes for it. It is definitely light enough, as you can see. It's probably actually a little bit too light, but we're going to roll with it anyway. I haven't got any primer or anything on my face, so we'll see how it goes. I think from knowledge the old one was supposed to be like a medium to full coverage, so we'll see how we go. I tried to do some research on some of these products, but I don't think that the Superstay is out anywhere else. So yeah, I actually couldn't find any info on it, because I think I was one of the first people to try it, obviously, and they didn't send a press release with the product, so I don't know what shades there are, but I will let you guys know. So this is one half of my face done versus one half not done. I would say that it's more of like a medium, but more on the light sort of side of medium. It's not like a high coverage medium, so I'm just going to put a little bit more primarily on my cheeks. Just blend that out. So 2 full layers of that foundation. I think I'm still kind of got a medium coverage, I would say. It's definitely like a medium to full, but it's not full, if that makes sense. You can still see my freckles, and you can still sort of see my redness, but I am using a stippling brush, although this isn't like the most flimsy of stippling brushes, but I suppose if you use like a flat top it would definitely be higher coverage, but this is just my brush of choice at the moment. I used about a pump and a quarter probably for one half of my face, so 2 full pumps should probably do your whole face. This colour is perfect for my winter skin tone. Right now, if you can see my chest, it's a little bit light, but luckily the powder that I'm going to show you guys is a little bit darker than my natural skin tone, so hopefully it will help it to balance. Okay, so that is my whole face done. Like I said, this is a little bit light. If I wanted to kind of make my perfect shade, I would mix these 2, but I did just want to keep it simple and use one for your guys' sake. Now, there is a concealer that's come out with this new release. I believe this is new, or it's been reformulated. It's the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Concealer, although I don't think that this shade is going to be light enough. It's called, no, it's in the shade medium, so I'm actually not even going to open this. I know that there is definitely a shade lighter, which I think might still be too dark for me to use on my under eye area, which is a bit unfortunate, but I really like the packaging on this. It's actually a really large like container. I think you get 7.5 mils in here, which is actually quite a lot for concealer, and I did swatch this in the store and it had a doe foot. I'm however not going to open this because this is going to be way too dark, and I'm just going to save it and give it away to a family member. I am just going to use my normal concealer underneath my eyes. I'm not actually going to bother with concealing the rest of my face because I'm really happy with the coverage. So for my powder, I'm going to be using this. This is the Superstay Better Skin Perfecting Powder Foundation in the shade 10 Ivory. I can't remember if this is new, but I'm guessing it is if they sent it to me. Basically looks like this. When you open it up, you've got the product, a sponge, and then a really nice sized mirror, so that's why I've been using it to apply my makeup today. I'm just going to use this to set over my whole face, because even though this is supposed to be like a long wear makeup, it still feels a tiny bit tacky. I'm gonna focus first around the eye area. This powder actually is a really nice match for me. I thought it was going to be a bit light, but it looks pretty good. I would say that this powder kind of gives you like an extra boost of coverage. I can see like over my cheeks and over my chin, it's just kind of upping the coverage just that tiny little bit more, which is really good because it's just even further perfecting the foundation. I still feel like my makeup looks really natural, which is great. Okay, so next we have a brow product from Maybelline, and I have been really impressed with Maybelline's brow products as of late. I will leave some links down below to my past Maybelline brow product reviews. I have the Brow Satin, which is the one that has the pencil and the powder in one, and I've also done one on the Brow Drama, so I will have those linked off down below if you want to check them out. This one is called the Maybelline Master Brow Pro Palette, which I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but it's actually got a wax, a brow toned powder, and then a highlighting powder, which I did not realise that was a wax, because I'd kind of written this palette off because I don't like brow powders, but now that I've seen that it's a brow wax, I'm actually really excited. I am going to focus on this shade, which is, well, this product, which is the wax product. Did I mention this is in the shade Soft Brown? I don't think I did, but it looks like it's quite like an ashy brown shade, and this is like exactly what I like. This is the colour that I prefer for my brows, so hopefully it works. Let's give it a go. I'll probably speed this part up because brows take me a very long time. So this is the brow with just the wax in. You guys can see it's just like a tinted wax. It's not like the one in the e.l.f. brow kit, which is really pigmented. This is just sort of more of a tint. So I am going to go on top with the powder. As much as you guys know I hate it, I am going to give it a go just because I think with that underneath it might make it stick. So I'm just going to use the same brush, which by the way I changed to a different Real Techniques brush because the other one was far too thick. So I'm going to try. So these are the finished brows versus my unstarted brows. I actually really like it. I didn't think I was going to. I ended up in the tail I kind of mixed the wax and the powder on the brush at the same time just so that it would go over my skin, and I think it came out really great. I think they look natural. The colour is like perfect for my brows. I would say it's almost a neutral tone, so if you have warmer hair you could probably pull it off. It's not like pulling extremely warm, it's not going extremely cool, so I think it is a really nice neutral brow powder. So that's my finished brows. I am really happy with them. I think they look great. I am going to apply some brow gel on top just because my brows are crazy, but if your brows aren't that crazy I think this would be enough hold for you. But my brows are insane, so I need a little bit of extra hold. Because I don't have any other face products in this box of goodies, I'm just going to go ahead and apply my highlight and my blush and stuff, and then I will be right back. Moving on to the eyes, there are 4 new eye products. They are more colour tattoos. Now these ones have been out in America for I think years, but I'm so happy that we finally have them. They are the Colour Tattoo Leather edition, and they have some really cool shades. To my knowledge they are all matte, which is awesome because we only have one other matte eyeshadow from this line, so I'm excited to have some more. The first shade is number 80, Creamy Beige, which as you can see is a creamy beige. It's kind of like a almost like MAC's Groundwork paint pot or Camel Coat or whatever it's called. It's just like a totally matte, I would say like more of a neutral brown. I really like this. The next shade is 90 Vintage Plum, which is a very interesting colour. It's kind of like a greyed purple, which I really like the look of. It seemed to apply a little bit patchier, so maybe I'd recommend making sure that you have a brush on hand when you apply this one. The next one is called number 95 Chocolate Suede, which is that shade there. This one has like, I don't know if I'd call it shimmer, but it does have like a little bit of like a shimmery sheeny finish, whereas the other ones are totally matte. And the last shade, number 100, stands by its name. It's called Dramatic Black, and as you can see, it is a dramatic black. It's just a straight like grease paint black. Some of these I feel like are applying a little bit weirdly, and I don't know whether it's my fingers being like sweaty or something, but yeah, I don't know. And like the other ones, these are amazingly creamy. I am so excited to have new colours because I haven't gotten new ones in ages. Today I think I'm going to go really neutral and natural, and I'm going to use creamy beige just with a XO Beauty round top blender. And I'm just going to pick some of it up, and then I'm just going to blend it over my lid and into my crease. This is my favourite way to wear cream eyeshadows. I quite often wear them by themselves, but they are also amazing bases. This is just like a really natural kind of very light brown. You can definitely see it on my skin tone, but it's nothing extreme. I am going to take the highlight shade from the brow palette and use it as intended, which is just underneath the brow bone to draw attention to your arch. This shade is totally matte, which is right up my alley. You can also use it all over your lid just to sort of cancel out any like redness or whatever, or to set your concealer. That's sort of the use that I have for these shades. Today I'm just going to use it as a highlight, and then I also just like to go down and kind of blend it into the crease colour so that it doesn't look unblended. I'm also just applying a little bit of it to my lower lash line using the brush that I actually used for my brows, which I did clean. It's just a nice small brush. I actually really like this shade. This is like a colour that I'd probably wear to school by itself with like a highlight in the inner corner or something, just so that it popped. Looks really pretty. I had to take a break because it was getting too hot, but now I'm back to apply my mascara. This is the Maybelline Colossal Go Extreme Leather Black Mascara. I haven't heard anything about it, but I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's rattling, but that's because it has a pumping wand. So I don't know if you guys can see, but like it like really pumps in. It says double pump wand. I don't get how that works, but that's what the brush wand looks like. It's kind of got like two bobbles and then the little spoolie, so apparently you can like pump it, but I don't really know how that works. But this looks terrifying. I don't know how these lashes are going to come out. This one's just in the shade black, I believe, so I'm just going to apply it. The rattling is really disconcerting, but we're just going to ignore it. This is supposed to give your lashes extreme volume, and I feel like it's actually given them a lot of curl. It is a very black mascara, so if you guys have light hair or like blue eyes, this might be a little bit harsh on you, but I think this is gorgeous. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I love the way that's applied. I don't know how much volume it's given me. Like, I don't think it's overly volumizing, but it's not like not volumizing, you know what I mean? It's kind of like in between. So that's the mascara done. I actually really like it. I think that it looks fantastic. It's really nice and black. It's defined my lashes. It's making them more volumized, but they're still like individual, and I do think it's actually given a lot of curl. I don't know if that's just a coincidence, but it definitely looks more curly to me. So Maybelline has launched two different lipstick lines, the first of which is the Colour Blur Sticks, which I didn't think we were going to get in New Zealand, but we have, and there's 5 shades. You've got, I'll swatch them individually, but you've got 2 sort of lighter pink shades, 2 kind of medium reds, and then a very dark shade. So the first shade is called Pink Insanity. I'm going to swatch them here, so I don't know how that's going to go, but that's Pink Insanity there. This one is number 005, and just FYI, you screw them at the end that has the blur stick. You know, you'd think you'd screw them earlier, or you know, open them earlier, but no, you screw them at the bottom. So that is Pink Insanity. Next is number 50, I Like to Move It. How funny. That's that one there. Just a really pretty mauve. This is definitely going to be my go-to shade, I'm sure you guys can tell. Next we have number 20, Orange You Glad. Aren't you glad I did? It looks like this, and I didn't really mention, but the premise of these products is that you can wear them all over your lips, or you could do that kind of ombre lip, either going from the outside in or the inside out. That's why they've got this little thing on the end which looks like a sponge, but it's actually like a rubbery kind of like eraser type product. I played with it in the store. Once again, I haven't used it on myself, and I will do that and let you guys know, but yeah, they're very interesting. Then we've got number 30, Partner in Crimson, and it is a crimson dark red shade. I'm sorry about the awkward swatches, but I'm just kind of running out of real estate here. Oh wait, I have this hand. Duh! Oh, well, it's too late. That colour's really, really pretty. It's kind of like a warm toned red, whereas this is like a very orangey red. Did I say warm toned red? I mean it's like a blue based red. My bad. The final shade is number 35, Plum Please, and it looks like a really pretty deep shade. I'm excited for this one going into fall and winter. That one is just a really pretty kind of berry colour. So that was all of the colour blur sticks that we have in New Zealand. Please correct me if there are more, but to my knowledge that's all that are out everywhere. But I really like the look of these. They feel super duper creamy and pigmented. I will use these in another video. If you want to see a lip swatch on these, just let me know. The other release is the Colour Sensational Mattes. I know you guys have these overseas, but we don't have them in New Zealand yet, so I am so excited that we finally do. As far as I can see, we have 7 shades. We might have 8. I'm not too sure because when I received my package I had 2 of one shade in it, which was a bit strange, but anyway. I'm just going to use one of them today. If you guys want to see a lip swatch video on these, please let me know. The only reason why I'm not swatching them today is because this happened. My arm is pink, so I'll swatch them another day for you guys on my lips. But today I want to wear Craving Coral number 685 because, duh, you guys know I like corals and oranges. I'm not going to use a lip liner, I'm just going to see if I can do it without, so cross your fingers. I know these are pigmented, these are my favourite drugstore lipsticks, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. It's going to be whether or not I can get it crisp. My camera is great and it died when I was putting the lipstick on, but I got a little bit of the application. I feel like it went on really, really smoothly. It was definitely more velvety than the other Colour Sensationals, because those are more of like a cream finish. These are more of like a velvety dry matte, but it's not like dry as in it's like, oh my lips are gonna fall off, but it like applied dry, if you know at all what I mean, kind of like a moussey / velvet texture, if that makes sense. But this is the shade that I wore. I think it's like Ravishing Coral or something. I don't know, can't remember. But yeah, I do really like the shade. I did just clean up the edges with a little bit of like a random lip liner just because they weren't perfect. But yeah, that is the entire video of all of the new Maybelline releases. I would totally recommend the foundation, the brow kit, the lip products, and the foundation is great. I couldn't try the concealer, so I can't comment on that. The powder was good, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, go out and buy it. It wasn't like outstanding, if you know what I mean. Please let me know if you guys have picked up anything from the line so far, and I would love to know what your favourites are. If you haven't, I would love to know what product you are most excited to try out. I am going to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you all next time. Bye! Please excuse my hair. I am not doing it yet because it is still saturated. I'm just filming this video really early in the morning because I'm doing first impression. It needs to be on for a long time. And I just thought because I'm going to do like a semi-glam-ish look, I thought I would film it for you guys.